I voted for Cape Independence. I voted for Cape Independence because I thought it was the only solution for the people of the Western Cape. But then, like most South Africans, I read the entire EFF Manifesto, and I realized just how badly I've been duped. You see, I come from a small wine farm in Stellenbosch. My biggest worry used to be whether the grapes would survive the harvest. If I'd known about the neo-extractive epistemologies rooted in the structural violences of intergenerational settler capitalist accumulation, I would never have chanted, "Free the Cape!" Free the Cape! We were told Julius Malema is the enemy, but it's clear now that the real enemy is anti-logical anti-blackness embedded within the liberal economy of spatial domination. And I was exploiting ecosystems through my complicity in a deeply asymmetrical, racialized, geopolitical assemblage that subjugates femmes, queers of color, and womb carriers to the throes of paleocentric extremism. Fuck it. That explains everything. If I just read that last year, I would never have voted for secession. I learned this after a weekend seminar at UCT, reimagining decolonial masculinities. A couple of old boys from Paul Roos were there as well. And now after every rugby game, this is all we talk about around the braai. UCT turned me from a land owner into a land questioner. We don't use pesticides anymore. We whisper land acknowledgement to the grapes. They wither naturally. It's more ethical this way. I used to think that farm murders were a crisis in South Africa. Now I know that the real genocide is what my tractor commits daily as a mobile apparatus of patriarchal soil domination, which in my defense was never in the John Deere brochure. I used to think CRT was something that you plugged into an old TV. Now I know that it's critical race theory, and that the real virus is whiteness, spread through standard Afrikaans and rugby culture. I used to think that the Cape needed a border, but then my yoga instructor told me that the real border is between my chakras and capitalism. So now I'm trying to secede internally. It's harder than I thought, especially during Downward Dog. My therapist says that I've got post-colonial anxiety disorder and that my trauma is intersectional. So now I need a different therapist for each intersection. Don't even ask about potholes. I told my girlfriend she's not intersectional enough. She said she could try to be more flexible. I say that's precisely what the system wants. She was confused. My cousin started a party, the Pan-African Eco-Queer Intersectional Decolonial Assemblage for Justice and Soil. It's mostly a book club, but once I get funding from the Oppenheimers, they're planning big things. I used to binge watch the CIG YouTube channel. Now I cry in 7 languages watching Surviving Settler Syndrome on SABC3 every night. I still have my Free the Cape t-shirt, but now I wear it ironically during performance shows at the Observatory Theatre about land trauma and my toxic relationship with Merlot. I used to be a freethinker. Now I'm just a freelancer for the Daily Maverick. I thought I was getting an objective view on Cape Independence. But you know who's really objective? News 24. News 24 gives you all sides of the ANC story. I came for Cape Independence, I stayed for systemic unlearning. From Cape Exit to Cape Regret. Because it turns out the real referendum is the one inside all of us. Now I farm not for profit, but to dismantle the plantation within myself. The grapes are still growing, but me, I'm healing. Fuck it. It was staring me in the face all this time. Hoe kon ek so dom gewees het?